Brionn, go Brionn, go Brionn, go Brionn, ooh go Brionn, go Brionn, ooh go Brionn, go Brionn. I'm having too much fun. Shoot, but shout out to the city. I have on my Detroiter by Nature shirt. This is actually the shirt I wore for my birthday. It was really like the whole outfit. My goodness, woo! I was so cute. But shout out to Detroiter by Nature. Shop with them. They have some really fun stuff. Even if you're not from Detroit, they have stuff that doesn't say Detroit on it. So you should definitely check them out. But no, let's get into this book. Have you been doing your reading? Have you been doing your reading? You can tell me. It's okay. You ain't gotta lie to kick it. You ain't gotta lie about reading. It's okay, cause I'm here to talk about it anyway. So let's get into it. This is the first video for chapter 1, the only video I'm gonna do for chapter 1. But it's the first video discussing chapters from already. So let's go ahead and get into chapter 1. Chapter 1, starting on page 24. Of course, I want to start with that quote that's right there on page 24. It says, "I want America to know that you can still have a full, exciting, and productive life even if you or your loved one is battling a debilitating chronic disease such as multiple sclerosis." I have notes on this, you guys. So, yes, I was reading, like taking notes just for you. Yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about is just right here on just a couple pages past that, page 26. It starts with, "It was not just her body that failed her, but her self-confidence and her entire support system." This is why I say that it's important to like be your own number one person if you feel like you don't have a support system, because it's no guarantee that you will have somebody. Like, all of us have gotten to that point where we just felt alone. We felt like we didn't have anybody, nobody was on our side, blase, stuff like that. It is so it's so important in the first, like, even just without a disease, without just being a person, a human being living, it is so important to be your own number one person. For real, for real. Like, I'm sorry, that's Shadow right there. Hi, Shadow. Go home, Shadow. But no, you have to be your own number one person. You have to love yourself. You have to have self-love. You have to have self-confidence. Okay? You have to know that you are able. You are capable. Okay? Just know that much. Like, you made it this far. Just make it further. You can do it. You can do it. Like, Brionn believes in you. That's all you need. But in that same passage, it says, "Even those who love us prefer to blame the victim rather than acknowledge that life can be arbitrary, cruel, and tragic." And with that being said, I was told, like, when I first got my diagnosis early on, I was told to not use my condition as an excuse. And I want to say it was told to me like out of love, but at the same time it was more so on some like, just don't be on that other stuff, you know, type thing. Like, don't be on that lazy mess, don't be on that lazy, you know, type thing. That like, don't. And it's just like, it's like, I don't know, like, this was early on. It's like, I don't know what this disease is about. You don't know what this disease is about. I don't know what gave you the confidence to say something like that to me, especially when, like I said, like, I'm just now learning about this. I never had to deal with this before. I never knew I had MS until I started, you know, like, feeling the symptoms. So it's like, why, like, and it's really, I think more so it's the fact that it came from somebody that I did not expect to ever hear something like that from. Like, whose team are you really on? Like, what? It's cool though. It doesn't matter. And then the quote that's in the middle of this page, I'm gonna talk about. Because it's it's talking about Sandra and her remembrance of her childhood, and like it's like the stuff that was said in the quote, like it was so relatable. It was just like I had to talk about it. But let's just go ahead into the quote. It says, "You're fat, you're ugly, your teeth are bad. No man's gonna want you. You're no good for nobody." My mom said that. If I would say something, she would hit me. I was crying. I would not take a bath. I didn't care about myself or my acquaintances. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to eat. I wasn't experiencing MS as a child, like in early childhood. But it's just the fact that like the whole like you're fat, you're ugly, like no man's gonna want you. Like this is stuff that I heard as a kid regardless. So it's just like but it just goes to show like don't listen to these people. They say if somebody says some bad stuff to you, don't listen to them. Cause something is wrong with them for them to feel okay with saying bad stuff to somebody. Period. Not even just to you, but just saying bad stuff to anybody. Who the heck? Who enjoys saying bad stuff to people? Who likes that? I don't. I feel bad about it. Like even when I have to tell somebody like the smallest things, like they're talking to me and their breath stinks. Like come on. I feel bad about telling people that their breath stinks. Like, and there's people out here that just go out and be saying all types of sideways stuff to people with no remorse. What? Like, oh my goodness. I'm sorry. But, yeah, no, like, it was crazy. But that quote stood out to me because it was so relatable. So there's that. I'm sorry, I keep adjusting how I'm saying because I keep seeing how my stomach keeps crinkling up. And it's like, I'm not, like, ooh, I'm self-conscious. Like, I'm happy. I promote self-love. It's like, I'm still, like, self-conscious a little bit. Everybody is. It's okay. But, moving on to page 27. Just a little into the paragraph. Where it talks about how Sandra her transition, from her like being, just like I have MS, like just being on the negative side of things to her like switching over and like post-traumatic like growth. I guess we're gonna get into further discussion about that part. Post-traumatic growth. We're gonna talk about that, but that's what Sandra was experiencing in this. So it goes on to talk about how everyone that she met like afterwards when she was going through this growth, everyone she met said she has an infectious smile, an appreciation for little things, a philanthropic purpose, and a passion for life. She is optimistic, personable, and productive. And then it goes on to talk about how she got back into like a leadership role as she was before. Not the same exact role that she had before, but at least a role of leadership. Just like being like, a help in her community and everything, whatnot. Then it goes on into further discussion of Sandra and how she like just become like so like nice and good and such an amazing person over the years. It gets deeper in discussion saying the hidden powers of psychological resilience can salvage a life plagued by a terrifying illness. Life might be described as a war between humankind and disease, accidents, homicide, and aging. So basically, it's like life is gonna be life, but with that being said, you gotta be you. You have to stick in there. You have to stick it out. You're gonna make it. That's the thing. We all know what happens at the end. We all know like what's at the finish line. But some of us forget to enjoy the race as we get to the finish line. Like enjoy the views, the scenery, stuff like that. But no, I mean like speaking metaphorically, like just enjoying life and whatnot. You really should just, just take a minute and like breathe. You know, just like smile about something, or even don't smile don't smile with reason. Just go in the mirror, look at yourself. Even if you just got up in the morning, ugly as all get up as you think, you know, just get up, go in the mirror, and just smile. Just smile. Just do it. But yeah, no. Moving forward, page 20. I like looking at my notes now. I'm realizing I have notes for just about almost every page going through chapter 1, but we're going to get through it. On page 28, in the beginning half, right there where it starts at, accordingly, the measure of any person cannot be victory, but only the dignity with which he or she conducts the struggle. Our defining character can only be our psychological resilience. Meaning that, like, there's no, like, you can't say that, like, you won because, like, you drive a nice car, or because, like, you have a big house, stuff like that. It's like, for yourself, you can say that. That's cool. You know, that's your, you know, you met one of your goals. That's good for you. But don't compare yourself to others, is what I'm trying to say. That's the big focus point of what I'm trying to get to. Don't compare yourself to others, because that's how you go from feeling like you're winning to then you see somebody else that's winning and like low-key kind of doing better than you, and then you're like, dang, maybe I should step it up, and then you try to step it up, and then it doesn't work, and then now you're sad, and now you're not winning, and now you're losing, and blah, 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 stuff like that. So please, for the life of me, save yourself the hassle. Do not compare yourself to others. Everybody's life is different. Just remember that everybody's life is different. Everybody's different. Everybody's life is different. Okay? So do not compare yourself to others. Because it's like that's the thing. When we go around comparing ourselves to others, I could be like, dang, I'm a failure. I should have been on TV when I was 5 years old. What am I doing? Like, I only have a YouTube. And it's like, no, calm down. That was, you know, Raven Simone, or, you know, whoever, like Mary Kate and Ashley. That was their story. That's not your story. You write your own story, okay? And you make it however you want. That's the thing. I'm at the point in life where I just feel like when the bad times come around, I feel like, okay, chill out, take a breath, think of a resolution, boom. Because this bad part is just an epic scene in my documentary. That's just it. Okay?